All right, darling, part 2. This is part 1. I can't tell you the last time I did a part 2 of anything. All right, so hold that thought right from the first one. I'll try to remember to tag that video down here in the comments so I don't forget. So if anyone stumbles across this video and they're like, what was the first one? This doesn't make any sense. And that way they kind of stay together. All right, part 2 of the first message. What do we get here? So the first message, just to kind of recap a little bit, they're certain on a decision. They could be a little queasy about it, a little nervous. The people around them, or one in particular, does not support them at all, and may even be a hypocrite or hypocrites. And this individual is following their heart. I'm hearing, working my way back to you, babe. Working my way back to you. See, I love when Spirit does that. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Because I was sitting here like, all right, where are we going from here? I didn't say it out loud, but inwardly I was thinking it. And anyway, Spirit sent it to me. Just working my way back to you, babe. Working my way back to you, babe. Lyrics. The Spinners. Is that it? Hold on. Is that it? The Spinners? I've never even heard of that. That may be it. Back to you, babe. With a burning love. I don't even know the lyrics, but the lyrics are what we're going to read because, I mean, hey, that's what it is. Working my way back to you, babe. Get what? Working my way back to you. Here we go. Let's read the lyrics. Well, you know, I'll be working my way back to you with a burning love inside. Okay, I've got 2 stories. If this is a new connection, here we go. So you gotta watch number 2 to get number 1. All right, I'm gonna put single, new, or maybe you're in a relationship but it's new, or you're talking to someone, you kind of messing around, whatever you're doing, it's new, okay? Or I'm gonna do taken, but we're gonna start with single, and it's gonna be working my way back to you. Again, this is part 2 to part 1. Will be down in the comments. Don't you roll off there, Sonny. Okay. Someone has not, I'm hearing complacent. They've been living a rather complacent existence, mundane. It's been rather bland, saltless, you know, had no seasoning. Just a regular old schmegular. This pen is not gonna work for me. That was random, I know. Anyways, did I just talk to myself? I did. Isn't that what we're all doing when we're talking to the camera and nobody's behind it? We're talking to ourselves. So, and I mean, somebody's eventually behind it. Anyways, see, squirrel, there I go again. What was I saying? Yeah, bland, saltless, seasonless. Whatever someone's life has looked like has been kind of predictable. Maybe it's been a very fulfilling life, but it's just been really predictable. There's no excitement. There's no level of anticipation because somebody kind of, for the most part, knows what's going to happen. Like, they know what to expect each and every day, which for some, and even for them, could be something very comfortable for them. But it's also boring after a period of time because there's no new growth. It's just the same, you know? It's just the same thing. It's like outdated after a while, you know, because I'm picturing a home now. Somebody, I'm hearing renovations. Lisa. I'm hearing Lisa, Rena. There could also be like a realtor here or somebody who flips homes or a contractor, but somebody in construction. But I see someone, a vision of a building, and it looks as if there's construction being done on it because it's outdated. Like maybe they're removing some 1970s wallpaper or some sort of, like, they're just kind of carpet, even just furniture is getting refurbished. Like I'm seeing it all change and transform. It's more modern. And it's because someone has a new owner. There's a new owner for the house. Someone gets a new house and they want to change it, make it more modern, update it, update the appliances, update everything, gut it even. It's like with anything, right? After a while it gets old. So if someone has been feeling like something in their life has just gotten old, or maybe they've gotten older, someone's gotten older here in life, and yeah, why do they not want excitement? Of course they do. And maybe they do exciting things. Maybe they have an exciting life, or they make time for that. I don't know. But it's still the same old predictable exciting things, you know? They need a new level of something to learn, almost. A new venture, a new feat, a new journey. And this is what has happened is, if I go back to the first video, they're certain of this. They're certain that they're ready to learn more. This is someone who like really loves to learn new things in life. And maybe at this point they thought they've learned basically all of it. Or just a lot of shit, you know? They didn't really think they could hear anything they haven't heard before. But lo and behold, here they go. They're hearing all kinds of new shit. And it's probably from the person that they love. So someone here is kind of like another individual that they have fallen for is their catalyst to not live a mundane existence here. To not just settle. If they're not happy, acknowledge that and admit that to yourself and even other people, you know, and don't worry about what anyone says about it. You have to be honest with yourself. That's what's going on here. Someone is ready for a life that's not so predictable, a little bit on the wild side, a little bit of dangerous, and not in those terms. Like someone ain't trying to be like older now and wanting to go out and party, but maybe somebody here just wants to try something new, something different, something that feels a little risky, a little nerve-wracking. It could even make them nauseous or sick when they think about it because it feels a little reckless, and maybe they haven't felt this reckless feeling since they were younger. So someone here could be interested in someone new or have fallen for someone new, and it's because this individual makes them feel alive again, is interesting, unique, and is not like anything they've experienced before. Very different. And that's exactly what has this person's attention and their heart wanting this individual, is because they thought they'd seen it all till now. So you know where the song starts off immediately and says, I'm working my way back to you and the happiness that died. If it's new, it could mean someone has kind of, their excitement has died, and opening their heart to you means they're working their way back to love again, to life again. Like someone's kind of crediting another person for what they're about to do. They're saying, you are my motivation to do this because I want to explore and live life. I want to, you know, and I've gotten too comfortable. I'm not taking enough chances and risks, and so therefore I'm not really growing. I've realized there's so much I don't know. Like you've been the inspiration for someone's love, for someone's heart. Or this could be reversed if it's new and they've been your inspiration. I mean, I guess we could even add another category before we even get to the taken, but hell, you could be single or taken, and this one could go along with it. I'm getting something in the middle here. If this is someone that you've already dealt with, for some of you, someone's realizing how boring their life is without you, and they shouldn't have messed things up. And mess things up as in, you know, they were probably the cause of the deterioration of the relationship. However, you got to look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone here may be like, oh, I miss her. I miss him. Like, I wish I would have never messed up there. The best thing that happened to me. But it's like, no, I really wasn't. Nor were you me. We were complete tornadoes to each other. But I'm grateful for that, because your tornado ravaged my life. And it taught me so much. Like, I would have never seen my true self had the house not been flipped, had everything not been ripped from me. I wouldn't have seen who I truly was. So fucking thank you. For real, like, thank you. It's not a smart ass thank you. But then it's like the ex of someone here is like, what do you mean, thank you? As if we've already learned all of our lessons together. It's like, we did. But then this ex can't get through their head. They can't let it go. It's like, our time is up. And someone's like, no, it's not. We could do it again. That was then, this is now. And it's like, yeah, but in this now, I want else. I want elsewhere. I want other. I want more. I want different. I don't want you. So some of you here have definitely moved on. You've learned your lessons. It's not that you aren't healed and you aren't forgiving another. It's that you're done. It's like when you've graduated a class or a school, high school, you don't go back to school. High school. You don't go back to high school. You know what I'm saying? Not when you've graduated. So it's like, I'm not going to go back. I'm done. I've learned the lessons. I've graduated from that cycle in my life. I do not wish to repeat any of that. Although I am very grateful no matter how much pain that was. And I'm not blaming you or anything. So it's like that vibe, right? So between the whole, if you're talking to someone new, dating someone new involved, or you're taken, between that, some of you, there's an ex. If it's not your ex, it's whoever, somebody here you're watching for is their ex that cannot get the fucking picture. Like, someone has an ex that's obsessed with them. They can't let them go. Or no, they can, but they refuse to let them go. It's a very unhealthy bond. You know, like, some of you may be in love with someone, like, you're both certain that you're in love with each other, even if you haven't told each other, but you kind of know it. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? That's what I'm getting. And then they have a person, whether you know it or not, who will not, like, they just, and maybe they can't escape them due to money or something, or maybe children. It's like they're kind of trapped with this person in a way. And this individual loves it because they have control. And they're like, no. And if that's not the case, somebody here, damn outright, is still somebody's ex. They want someone back so much, and they don't want them to be with anyone else. They couldn't even fathom it. And in their mind, they're like, oh, I would do anything to ruin them being with anyone else because they're mine. Or someone here is sitting back and they're just outright like, damn, I was a fool, I was a fool, I was a fool, I was a fool. You know, maybe they're just doing the most and self-medicating or just pouring it up, whatever they're doing. They're abusing, they could be in some way, or just being sexually deviant to kind of get out their frustrations of the fact that they messed it up with you. But it's like, no, you really didn't stop. Legit, I've learned all of the lessons from you and I'm telling you, don't be hard on yourself. And don't think that, you know, I'm the one that got away. Why? That keeps you from being able to live in the moment in your life right now, and life is short. Fall in love. Fall in love. It's like, I feel like I got a face over here. Fall in love. Open your heart. Let love in. I want you to. Some people, somebody's ex here could get upset because of that. If it's not an ex, it's people who fell in love. Maybe they never dated or got together, but they were in love with each other. It's like, I want you to love. Be in love. Do you. Let me go. I shouldn't be someone that you regret thinking, you know, you should have done more or you ruined it with me. No, you didn't. Everything happened as it should. I was meant to learn everything I learned from us, from you, from our connection, from myself. And all is well, and I want everything to be well with you. Accept where we are. Accept what happened, and you can move forward too. Let me go, right? That's the message for somebody else. Now, let's talk about if you're taken. Now, if somebody's taken, it's the same type thing, but it's like, you could have someone who's wanting to leave an individual, and now the person who's with them is like going to like step it up a little bit. They, you know, so that their person doesn't leave them. They're gonna do something, and I know because of the song, working my way back to you, babe. Now, I mean, this could even be someone who at first they're gonna try to like turn mutual friends and family against their partner who's leaving them because of how the sob story they're giving. And the sob story would be that they're leaving you. Now, if they cheated, that's different. I understand that. But if someone just says, I'm leaving, I want to go, like, you know, I've been there. We've all been there. And I just said it in, I think, a cancer message where I said, I've been there. I totally held on. I guilt tripped. I did all of it. But you have to fucking stop at some point. You have to stop. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's toxic. What's more toxic, the person leaving or the person trying to hang on for dear life? If somebody want to go, hold the door open for them. And you'd be like, well, that's not fighting for what? If someone tells you, I'm not in love with you anymore, or I'm not in love with you at all, or I've woke up, I've realized something else about my life, why does that have to be heartbreaking? Like, why do we get like that? Instead of being like, I love you so much. Like, if your own love is genuine, you should be like, instead, I love you so much that I respect that. Even if it's not the outcome I wanted or anticipated for us, I do respect that, because maybe there is more for you, and maybe you are getting a calling that I'm not hearing. Maybe you are. Maybe God is telling you that someone else is your person. Maybe someone else is mine. Maybe no one else is mine, and I need to now be on a cycle of self-love so that I can love myself so much that the right one will appear. Someone here is like, I believe in the right one, and I know I'm not with the right one. And this is very difficult for somebody to hear, or it has been. Like, this could be past tense already, but it's been really difficult. You know, it's hard for someone to kind of release the reins because they've had so much control. I think that if this is someone who's being left, which we all go through this too, you know, there's going to be like a roller coaster of emotions. They're going to go through anger, they're going to go through guilt tripping, they're going to go through manipulating, they're going to go through other family and friends, they're going to do a lot of things. Especially if this person has a lot of their own unhealed trauma. Age just don't mean shit. Experience is what matters. And working on yourself is what matters, not necessarily age. And so someone here may be like realizing how unhealed the person that they've been with really is by how they respond to their person wanting out, because of how someone is acting or what they're doing and how I'm hearing their behavior. Their behavior is I don't know, it's just making somebody realize, have like revelations, right? I'll just say it like that. Somebody here is having revelations, you know, they're having a lot of awakenings right now. They're having awakenings about a lot of things. There's too many to name here. And it's because they're leaving someone, it's because they've just left someone, or because they're leaving something, a lifestyle, a path, you know, and they're realizing truths of things that they didn't see had they not taken this step. A lot of regret, a lot of remorse, a lot of fear. But in all of that, there's this love coming through, because the way the first message started out, right, was someone who, no matter what, they're certain. We can't lose sight of that, right? Just because you get all these people coming in and their energy is of the fact that they aren't certain in their own lives, and they're upset with you because you are. Like, your exes are upset with your certainty. You have no more of a journey in this life with them. You don't, and you're certain of it. You've been told by the universe, but other people don't want to believe you, right? Because it's not what they want to hear. Or it's certain partners, current partners, people, family, friends who, because it's not what they want to hear, they can't believe that you're like certain, you know? And they're not even certain in their own lives about shit. They think they're certain, they think they're very certain, but they're not. You're actually doing something with a certainty, and it's very off-putting to other people. But wherever you're going that you're certain about, the feelings are returned. Whether it's you're going to on a new career path, it's returned. They're going to receive you with welcome arms. They're wanting you. They want you there. If it's not that, it's a person, you know, it's romantically, it's like you're received with open arms. They want you as you want them. Now, maybe everybody else around y'all don't want you to be together or come together, get to know each other, date, whatever. Court. Nobody does that anymore. I don't know why. Why does nobody court? Courting is going to be coming back in style, you know, like actually courting somebody. Anyway, so going after your heart's desire, going after what you want. There will be letdowns. There will be naysayers. There's already been naysayers. There will be nosy people who are going to watch your every freaking step, not only yours, but theirs. If you're doing this, trust and believe the people around you are losing it. They don't understand how you're so certain, how you're so happy, because you would be surprised how many people in life are not really certain about the things that they're doing. They're not. It wouldn't take very much to get people to bend, believe it or not. Because a lot of people are just doing what they're programmed to do, or thinking what they've been programmed to think. They're not really actually doing or thinking for themselves. So when you start doing it, you set a trend, and it makes people very uncomfortable because they feel like you're doing something crazy, or you're doing something because you think it's going to make your life better. But it's like, I don't know if it's going to make my life better or not. There's no certainty that if I join this college, right? Another example, same example I used earlier, but I have no clue what's going to happen, or if I'm going to pass these classes or even graduate from here. But if I don't take a step, what I am certain of is I'm going to rot in place, because I'm not moving. I'm just being stagnant. It's boring to me. I want to grow. And anything that's ever taught me in life, I had to make moves on. So I don't want to just sit here and die. Every day, time is running out. So I want to make moves. And are they going to be the right moves? How do you know until you make the move? How do you know? And even if I fall, that's going to teach me. That's actually what I'm looking for. I'm looking to fall, because suffering is my salvation. Suffering is what has pulled me through. Learning lessons is what's pulling me through. So I don't know. And maybe someone even here is like straight up going into a situation, like maybe expecting to suffer. Maybe a deep side of them is like, I don't know if what I'm doing is going to give me a happy outcome, because that's life, right? Maybe even someone here is like, I'm certain that the steps I'm making are going to give me one of two outcomes, either pleasant for me or not so pleasant for me. Really, there's only two ways this can go, and I'm certain of that. Now, which way can it go? I don't know. And I have to be realistic and realize that everything I've experienced thus far, typically the things that are the most edifying for my soul, whether I see it at the time or not, are the ones that hurt the worst. So do I expect this next cycle and the steps I'm making to kind of cause pain to me? That maybe something will happen and I'll learn a lesson? Yes, actually I do. That's not for you to stop me though. I want to learn the lesson. I don't want to stay stagnant and stuck. I want to see what this is, because Spirit tells me to. And I don't expect you to understand it, because it's not your calling, it's mine. It's not your instructions by the universe, it's mine. It's a personal message to me. It's something like that, right? Someone's gotten a personal message from the universe that's told them to follow a path, whether it's in career or a person. Okay? And they're doing it. And they're getting pushback. People who are hanging their emotional laundry on their energetic line. If this is you, it's people who are hanging their emotional laundry on your energetic line, because you have the strength to get up, and it takes a lot, doesn't it? You know where you got the strength? From suffering. So you had to suffer to get the strength that you have now, and they're trying to pull from you. So if you move forward, what line are they going to have to hang on now? They're going to have to become their own line, because the people they're around are also not going to be willing to take the steps that you have. So it's like, there's a lot of people that don't want to let go of these energetic ties and cords, but someone's like, this is my calling, this is the way I'm supposed to go. And I am certain that there are no certainties, totally, except for the fact that pain teaches lessons, and the outcome will either be pleasant for me, something really exciting, or something that's gonna hurt me a lot, but inevitably cause my transformation. And then I can use whatever it did to me to teach and help other people. So welcoming the unknown, welcoming what's next. And when you do that, the universe opens the doors. But in order for them to do that, you have to like clean out all the other energy so that there's room for what the universe is bringing in. God, whoever you believe in. So someone is taking the steps, and now what's going to happen is they're going to lose a lot of connections with people. Or they've been doing this, and it's because they're meant to experience new situations and new people, one in particular person, and a career path even. Someone doesn't want to live a life anymore that's predictable. They've been doing that. They want to live a life that's helpful. And they've been asking themselves on the path that they've been on, is the life that I've been living actually helping other people right now? Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing, or am I in a safety bubble? Am I really making big changes, or could I do even more? And they've gotten their answer, and they're taking the steps, and they are going to have pullback, pushback because of this, or they have already. But it's not going to stop this person because they're what? Following their heart. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.